Hey guys, welcome back to the Big Bear and Little Bear channel. Today we're doing part 2 of Mirror Matchup Madness. Today we'll be starting with the second line, and first we're going after Sig in both his Puyo and Tetris forms.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna add the alternate voice for Sig.
I don't remember too well what his sounds like for the alternate. But yeah, alright. Team together, going to get the hard drop on. Alright, so today, starting off with the second line, I don't believe Sig is too hard. I want to say his Puyo is definitely harder than his Tetris, if I remember correctly. I feel like Sig is one of those characters I kind of forgets even in this game sometimes. I feel like we never play against him.
In case you missed part 1, what we are doing is we are going line by line and with each character and facing off against them, one of the characters in Puyo and the other one of that AI will have Tetris. And we'll see if we can win best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and also to further explain the kind of the outline of what we were doing. So, basically, well, man, I didn't realize that they were having such a hard time on that end. Since there are a few AIs in this game that are really strong, basically the point is best 2 out of 3. If we lose, then we just move on to the next AI. And yeah, the first round's already over. If we lose the 2 out of 3. So, as you can see, both the games have 2 rounds, so when we mean 2 out of 3, we mean like the whole match itself, like 2 whole games against them, not, not losing a round against them. But, yeah. Well, getting a little bit on topic towards Sig himself, I think he has a really cool design. I don't really remember, Little Bear, do you remember what his voice sounds like very much? Because I don't remember his alternate voice. I remember his normal voice, because it's very, like, it sounds bored.
Is he the let's do this guy?
Yeah, he's like the how's that
Yeah.
guy, yeah. If you're wondering why we aren't just listening to what he's saying right now, we have the game audio on the TV very low. So it's a little bit harder for us to hear things comparatively, just because it makes the audio quality sound better. But all in all, yeah, I believe he just sounds like he really does not want to be here the entire time we're playing against him. He's like, I can be catching butterflies right now. That sounded more like Snape. Yeah, that was my Snape voice. Yeah, and Sig's out. They basically lost at the same time. That was very poetic.
Yeah.
Yep, and we get a bunch of PPPs for our victory. Now on to...
Aw, the bear.
The bear. I remember when we first got this game, when Little Bear first played, I had her play as him because I was like, hey look, it's a bear. Risu Kuma, I believe. Also, his alternate voice sounds really cool. I like it. It's the really deep, gruff one. He's interesting. This guy, I think last night we were playing for fun a little bit with him, and he is such a I don't know how to explain him other than he's just like an enigma. Like sometimes his AI is like so good to the point where he will just beat you immediately, and then sometimes he will literally get knocked out in like the first 2 seconds of the round and you'll forget you even chose him as a character. That was for his Puyo, at least. I don't think we played against his Tetris last night, but yeah, I remember that was funny. I was like, because we were just playing for fun a little bit, and we played against him and a harder AI that we were just kind of practicing against. And I remember I was like, man, I feel bad for... yeah, wow. He must have been having an off time at that point. But I can't remember what the other AI we were playing with, but he's like, man, I feel bad for that other AI because, like, they're having to pull all the weight. Like, he is not doing anything. And then it's like he must have hurt us or something because he really showed up the next round and, like, actually started putting in work.
Yeah, that he did.
But all in all, I would play as him because, you know, bear-themed channel would be kind of like our mascot. But, I don't know. I think I kind of like squares, and Little Bear is very loyal.
Yeah, well, ironically, I don't really like the bear.
Yeah, I like his alternate voice just because I think it like sounds like a creepy scientist, which I mean he is a scientist, so it makes sense. I think it fits, but yeah, wow, he must have been really having an off game. I bet if we went back and played against him like 2 more times, his Puyo would at least take 1 game off of us. And I don't know why, but it's just something to do with his Puyo. It is the most wild card of all the characters. And now we're on to the fish. Suki Turudara. I am very bad at pronouncing that, and I don't remember what his alternate voice sounds like. But yeah, I know he's a very funny character. I think if I remember correctly, on the day we brought this game home, I think you played your first round as the bear, and I'm pretty sure that your mom played her first round as the fish.
Yeah, she likes fish.
Yeah, I know now when she's playing, and I believe he's actually a bit harder, if I remember, than some of the other AIs that we've been playing against. Yeah, I know now she usually plays as the Ocean Prince, who we won't be seeing in this series for a fair while. He's quite lower on the line of people. Though I am just popping off with these 3 pops over here. Well, that's because we're a team there. We help each other out. Yeah, so I just want to quickly take a moment to thank you guys for watching and everything. You know, it's actually been it's been really fun so far making this stuff for you guys, and I hope you've been enjoying it as much as we've been enjoying creating it. It's been a good time, honestly. We'll continue with the Puyo content. I know you guys are liking it. I'm liking making it, actually. I think it's a really fun time playing this with you, Little Bear.
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite games. I love Tetris.
Yeah, and you're really good at it too, so it helps. I am no good at it. Last night when we were just practicing, I played like 1 game of Tetris, and it was so painful. I was halfway considering it, just posting it as like a cringe compilation of me just failing awfully at Tetris. Honestly, I'm kind of happy that the Puyo's out, because I think the Puyo was actually getting a little scary there. I was thinking that we were going to be facing a lot more resistance in lane 2, but then right before we hit record, we were overlooking the AIs, and I was starting to realize, like, actually I don't think line 2 has really that many people who are that scary to deal with. All of that will change in line 3. Line 3, I feel like, is going to be the hardest. So, you know, subscribe for that video, because it'll be coming to the Big Bear and Little Bear channel.
Well, we beat the fish.
Yep, that is the fish out. All fish paste, he says when he
Fish
does
out
this.
of water.
Oh, nice one, Little Bear. And now we're on to the witch, the most creative name in the entirety of the game. She is a witch. That's it.
You're right.
I remember actually in our first commentary Puyo video, the first person I played against was Witch. So this is her coming back for revenge with her twin sister, also named Witch. Their parents were not very creative. That's going to be my headcanon for them, is that they are siblings. With very uncreative parents. We're like, this one's a witch. This one's also a witch. Well, we already have a perfectly good name. Why don't we just use it twice?
Yep, name's so nice they used it twice.
Indeed. You know, that makes me wonder if there's ever been... Because I know pretty much it's almost a requirement. Also, pretty nice 4-pop for me. It's pretty much a requirement for most people, I feel like, whenever they have twins, to, like, name their twins at least something similar, like names that rhyme, or, like, names that are the same, but with, like, different the different beginning letters, you know? Like, if you have, like, boy and a girl, like Skylar and Tyler, a similar ending. I wonder if anybody's actually ever named their twins the same name. Like, they're like, you're Paul and you're also Paul. And then I wonder how many, if there's ever been somebody like that, how many of them started off with, like, the firstborn was Paul, but then they got him mixed up with his brother. And then the other brother just suddenly became Paul because the parents, like, couldn't be bothered to figure out which one was the original. That's interesting. I might, I feel like that would be documented. I feel like that's weird enough to be documented with some of the other, like, peculiar things that get documented in the world, like, people talking about, like, just like those generic, like, one YouTuber we really like to watch. I doubt they would ever literally see this, but Be Amazed. That sounds like something he would make a video on.
Yeah, well, did you know that that was actually the plot of an episode of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
That they got mixed. Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing about that. That they were worried that they'd been mixed up, so like Zack was Cody the whole time and Cody was Zack. I don't think that was true at the ending.
Wasn't. No,
okay.
They matched their footprints to the baby ones that they got when they were born.
Okay.
Alright, on to Draco.
Draco.
And speaking of Snivellus Snape.
Snivellus Snape. The best line in the entirety of the Harry Potter movies are, "Who wants to see me take off Snivellus' trousers?" That is greatest line. Is that one in... I think that's in Order of the Phoenix, right? Because it's when Harry uses the occlumency. I can't remember what the name of that is. The mind thing.
Or something. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's when he's looking into Snape's mind. If you couldn't tell by us posting a couple Hogwarts Legacy videos, we're pretty big Potterheads. Both of us, and yeah, we really like Hogwarts Legacy. It's been a fun game so far. Haven't played in a little bit because I went back and wanted to finish God of War Ragnarok, which I actually just finished today, and it was good. I suggest it if you have a PlayStation. And if you don't, then buy one to play it. There's not really much else I can say. It's kind of a PlayStation exclusive. Except for the God of War 4, the one before it, actually got brought to PC, so I'd imagine Ragnarok will eventually come to PC. I mean, I could understand why they would. Sales, like, probably massively skyrocketed. But, yeah, the first round against Draco was very easy, and I'm gonna get an all clear here. I remember I actually got an all clear in our last video. I honestly do not remember exactly who it was against, but I remember I ended up getting one and we ended up winning. I mean, I think we were going to win anyway, but we've won. Like, yeah, that just all clear plus triple pop. Draco didn't stand a chance. I guess you can say I used Sectum Sempra on him.
Got him.
I love that one interview that Tom Fettelman? I can't remember what his last name is.
It's not Fettelman, I can tell you
that.
Okay,
it's Tom something. Alright, I'll put up on screen what his name is.
We're not that big of Potterheads.
Yeah,
to know
I don't know the actors'
detail.
names. But I love that one interview where he said, like, Daniel and I had a wand fight in the bathroom. And he's like, that sounds so weird. Now we're on to Zed, the robot who I believe is also part of the Tetris crew, with O and T and the one girly girl character.
Yeah, I think so.
His alternate voice, as you guys can hear, when he gets I believe he's playing Tetris, when he gets a line, his alternate voice is weird. He's like really trying to be seductive.
Or it sounds like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I doubt he's actually trying to be seductive. That'd be a little weird if they did that. But he's like, minerals. Yeah, it's strange. Man, we are on a roll today. We're like annihilating them. Honestly, you think that, like, I feel like this has been going smoother than line 1 did so far. Alright, let's continue on with our escapades of annihilation. Man, anytime I hear the word annihilation, it makes me think of that, makes me think of COD Zombies, because there was a song in that called Beauty of Annihilation. You guys remember when Call of Duty Zombies was popular? I don't remember. It makes me feel like I'm old. Feels so long ago. I'm not even that old. What's with this, like, it just making me feel like I'm old? Anytime we're, like, recording, I'm always like, man, I'm old. Man, I'm old. It's funny. But, yeah, I think that... Yep, there he goes with his vitamins. He just wants you to be healthy a little bit.
That's sweet of him.
It is sweet. He cares. But we don't care about him. Stop trying to make us healthy. I can eat all the junk food I want. And he's been taken out. And he has a bird, just like Bastion from Overwatch.
How did I just now realize that he has a Tetris piece on him?
Oh, really?
Yeah, see that?
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I noticed it. That's why I was thinking he was part of the Tetris crew.
Oh, he is. I could tell by when I hover on him.
Yeah, and also since they're on the Tetris side. Oh, Clug. I love Clug.
Clug has my favorite alternate voice.
Yeah, Clug has the most silly alternate voice.
You
I had to-
challenging me?
I had to be quiet for it. I love that voice. You challenging me? I want to know what the direction was there when they were deciding to do, like, that for his alternate voice. Maybe there's something in, like, the Puyo or Puyo. We were discussing that today. I don't know if it's Puyo or Puyo. I'm honestly not sure, and I don't know where to look to become sure. But yeah, he's funny. He's got a lot of lines, but Little Bear has a bit of an axe to grind with him from when we first got this game.
I don't remember.
You remember when you were doing the like infinite like survival where you basically just fight opponent after opponent and you would keep your board? There's the first one out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it him I kept losing against?
Yeah, he would come like right when her board was like really high and she was in like a bad situation, he would always be the CPU that would appear. And like she was starting to get frustrated. She's like, I'm so tired of this kid.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, that was when I first started playing. And
Oh,
since
yeah.
then, I've kind of learned the strats a little bit more than what I was doing, because I used to just play Tetris kind of for fun, not really competitively. And so I was just kind of getting like one line at a time, because I wasn't super familiar with how this game worked. And for Tetris, it is paramount that you get more than one line at a time. I cannot even tell you how much you need to. But if you do get one line at a time, you have to make sure that you're getting like line. You can't just get one line, put a piece down, get one line, put a piece down. And that is what I struggled with. And he would come up and I would just lose. It would be a battle, but I would just lose. Now he's super easy to beat now that I know the strat of this game. And I think I've beat in that mode, which is where it's endurance, I think.
Yeah, that's the name of it, is endurance. I couldn't think of that. I was calling it marathon. But...
Yeah, I think that I've beaten... I think I'm at like 10? No, I think I'm at more like 12 or 13 that I've beaten.
I think I could get one if I was lucky. Yeah, wow, he's having a rough time. The Puyo one got knocked out, like, really early, and now poor Clug's having to carry the weight here. Luckily, it's alternate voice Clug, so you guys can be graced with the beauty that is that voice. Impossible. I think, if I remember correctly, the biggest challenge of Line 2 is next, and that is Lemrez. Now, Lemrez is the donut wizard guy. Let's have fun, okay?
We can beat him. It just might be a little bit more challenging than some of the other ones. We'll really have to be kind of on our game here.
Yeah, if you guys were looking for a challenge, this is the way to go. As you can immediately tell if you've been watching the AI speed, he's definitely a lot faster. I think Lemrez, honestly, is the AI we probably played against close to the most. I know we played a lot against him. Just because I used to actually pick him as my character. I would say main, but I mean, characters really don't matter too much in this game outside of, like, their AI. Like, when you're playing as them, there's really no difference. It's just kind of like what voice you like hearing. Yeah, I know, the Tetris one is going for it. I don't think Puyo's done too much. It's Tetris, honestly, that's the biggest issue right now. Yeah, I'm not looking good at all. Yeah, I'm out. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Lemrez. Like, he's just in the middle of the second second line, and he's got power to him.
Alright, well, we'll see if we lose.
Yeah, this might be our first actual shutout loss. I know technically we lost against the dog, the dumb name AI. Literally, I honestly did not know that was his name, and I think I would have mentioned it in the actual video itself, and not just like, well, not the ending. Yeah, wow, that is quite the problem, Little Bear. I might be out. I'm really close. Yeah, I got bricked. That right there, that is the perfect culmination of being bricked. And yeah, that's our first loss, Lemrez. I honestly was kind of expecting that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, double Lemrez, yeah. We can win against single, but double...
Well, and we mean, like, him with another AI. Like, obviously not, if we tag teamed him, yeah, but... Alright, well, I mean, hey, that's fine. We weren't saying we were gonna win everyone anyway, so... Now we move on to Rafina. And, yeah. Rafina, I don't believe is any challenge at all, honestly.
We don't play against her that much, so I can't remember if she's any challenge.
I think if we do, she's usually like the auxiliary character. So when we play for fun a lot, we will have basically kind of do something similar to what we're doing now in terms of having one on Puyo, one on Tetris. But I mean, we always do like different characters. This mirror matchup madness, which I'm happy with that name. I think that name's cool. I would say that Rafina is usually someone we pick as like an auxiliary character, and an auxiliary character basically means we've got a heavy hitter like Lemrez, for example, and you are just here because they need a partner. Is basically how I feel. She's actually... Puyo version of her actually at least did something decent there. I don't know, maybe she's getting mad at us for underestimating her. I swear, the AI in this game listens to you sometimes, and they're hearing what you're saying. You start trash talking them, and they're like, "Alright, never mind, I'm gonna actually do something." I remember the next person that's on the line, which I'm kind of, she's the last one. I'm kind of happy we're ending with her, because we have a bit of a history with her. She's gonna be fun. But first we have to get through Rafina, and Rafina is currently being a bit of a pest? I don't really know how to word it exactly, but she's not wanting to budge. She is like, it is my turn in the spotlight. You are not gonna talk over me about some random other person. And there goes the Puyo one, that's good. It's usually a good thing to knock out the Puyo first, and honestly, I kind of wanted to, at the end of the series, go back and, once we're finished with everything, try to see who gets knocked out first, the Puyo or the Tetris, the most, and then kind of tally that. I'm thinking personally it's going to be the Puyo gets knocked out the most, because while it is the biggest heavy hitter, it is also really easy to get overwhelmed and knocked out fast. Trust me, I know. So yeah, I'm going to start off with a 3-pop there, just to try to disrupt the Puyo Rafina a bit. Because as we saw from the last round, she can actually put in work if you leave her alone for a little bit, so... Instead, we're actually going to try to push her out, which can be extremely useful, especially when Little Bear goes on some of her tirades. She just absolutely annihilates Puyo players, like, immediately. And yeah, that round wasn't even fair, honestly. Puyo got 87 points. I think she got 1 pop. But yeah, now we're on to the final fight of Layer 2, Rulu the chick who I kept calling the other blue hair girl, whose name I don't remember. Ruffasol. Yeah, but here's Rulu. Rulu was, at least to us, we thought originally was the hardest fight in the game. I believe her Puyo is actually a lot harder than her Tetris is, but there is a mission in the story mode that actually was kind of the catalyst to getting me to start to actually play Puyo. Little Bear was playing it, and it's a Puyo, well, it's a, I can't remember what I think it's called Swap Battle? I can't remember the official name of it, but it's basically where you start off playing as either Tetris or Puyo, and then after a certain amount of time, you switch which one you're playing, and you have to play against Rulu. And I just remember she was like the hardest fight that we had ever gone up against. And it just, it was a big damper. It's one of those moments in games where you just kind of like, I have to step away from this and I need to come back some other time because I'm gonna like break my controller out of frustration if I don't. But yeah, I think the strategy that worked the best for us was Little Bear trying to get a Tetris like really fast right when it switched, because then that messed up her Puyo a lot. But yeah, now, honestly, we kind of just laugh at her. And it feels really good, honestly. It feels like I really accomplished something. You know, being able to take her down with relative ease. I wouldn't say that she's the easiest fight in this game because Ringo exists. But
and also go easy on me, girl, who you guys will see in the last row. Yeah,
she is really like, it's gonna be really, I feel like, anticlimactic, because it's gonna be like, well, the third row is going to be a constant barrage of either we lose or this game was really close. And to top that off is going to be miss a chord. And then the beginning of the next fight, oh, by the way, I got them all clear, and then got a double pop, so we just annihilated them. But the beginning of, I think we could just probably, oh, hey, I got a trophy there.
Yeah.
So, alright, well, basically, if you want to, yeah, just go back to the character selection. So row 3 is going to be interesting because we've got Skezo all the way to Miss Accord, and Miss Accord is going to be the hardest fight, and then her Liddell is going to be the easiest fight, so it's going to be really hard versus really easy. But yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. That was row 2 of Mirror Matchup Madness, and next time we're going to be taking on row 3. But for now, make sure to subscribe for more, and bye from Big Bear.
And bye from Little Bear.